Patterson? Here. Mrs. List? Here. Ms. Lot? Here. Mr. Patterson?
Present.
Ms. Solis? Here. Mr. Whitcomb?
Here.
Mrs. Wrestler?
Here, please stand for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving on to agenda item 2, board minute approval. Can I get a motion to approve the July 15th, 2025 regular and closed meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Mr. Whitcomb, second by Mr. Patterson. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason? Aye. Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
And Ms. Solis?
Aye.
Mrs. Wrestler?
Aye. Item 2.2, can I get a motion to approve the August 12th, 2025 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Gleason, second by Mr. Patterson. Any discussion?
Only that the initial roll call needs to be changed to reflect that Ms. Lot was
Absent.
absent.
Any other? All right, any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Gleason? Aye. Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot? Abstain. Ms. Solis?
Aye.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Wrestler?
Aye. Moving on to comments from the public. Do we have any public comments? All right, if there are no public comments, we are going to move on to our agenda item 4.1, our superintendent report.
Thank you, Mrs. Dressler. Happy to represent the cabinet today with a little longer presentation than normal to highlight the start of school year. So by all means, if you'd like to take a spot in the audience or just move your chair around, happy to help you get situated there. Good, okay. All right, well, officially to start, just a big thank you. It's a great time of year, a lot of energy, and everyone's excited, ourselves included. But behind the scenes, there's a lot of work that goes into opening first day of school. For those of us that obviously have been a part of the system for a long time, you may have different levels of that, but for everyone here in the cabinet, the work that they did to be able to open on time. You can just go through each department with Dr. Williams getting ready for new teacher induction. We've got a fairly robust program, as you are aware. Dr. Boswell, who has to work on all the operations for the district, including transportation, which is a big one for the first few days. You got food service, you got registration, you name it, in operations. Mr. Baffo getting all the building projects done on time. For any of you that have worked on building projects, you know there's always little wrinkles and hiccups, and he just goes right with the flow, keeps a good demeanor, and gets us on track and on time. Dr. Gilio Bisek, working with all of our individual students and families, make sure that they get the resources that they need. All the IEP team meetings have taken place, and students are in a good spot to start the year. Dr. Morrison, you know what, everyone likes to get paid. She makes sure we do that, gets that on time. But the big switch to Skyward with different ways for teachers to input time off, make sure that their salaries are correct. Just that whole process has been a big undertaking. And then Mr. Towner obviously processing tons of paperwork for us to get the schools started, get people's background checks in, talk to other districts that we can start on time. So just a big thanks to the team that goes above and beyond to make sure that we start. And honestly, when I toured the buildings in the last few days, trying to get to each campus each day, it felt like we were already in mid-year form, which was great. I'd like to thank the board. Thanks for taking time this summer to meet with me. You set really, I think, appropriate goals. You let us work, but you hold us accountable to that, and we appreciate all the support throughout the year. And it's a big mark on the district that this board is leading the charge, and we greatly appreciate that. To the building teams who I'll be highlighting today, thank you for all the work, and I'll be showing some of that work that you do in order for us to start on time, welcome our students, and our teachers who spend time not only over the last few days, but you know that they work over the summer, prepping for their classes, getting syllabi ready, getting the first few lessons, the icebreakers, all their first few weeks of preparation so that we can start with everything in place, and appreciate all that hard work. A lot of what I'm going to highlight today is the hard work of a team. It takes a team to do some of the things that we're doing. Hopefully that speaks, this presentation speaks to that. We put a premium on opportunity, we put a premium on service, we put a premium on excellence, and that's not going to change. So, we saw a lot of, this meme did a great job of this is how the kids start with us. They're all happy, they're dressed, they're excited, they're ready to go. But by the last few days with us, that's how they end up, right? That's not just students, that's all of us staff who are getting used to the grind of the school year. But it's great fun to see all the faces back and fill up the buildings. It's been neat. So to start out, we have each campus does a lot of prep work to build the climate and culture in their building, to welcome the students back in a positive manner. And it look easy when you go and you attend the event, but for someone that knows all the behind the scenes preparation that has to take place, it means a lot. So our host school, I figured we start with them. They welcomed the freshmen. We tried to do a lot of specific design programming for our freshmen, new to the building. It's a big transition for them, coming from whatever feeder they're at, and we want them to feel welcome at home. And it can be nervy. Kids get nervous when they make that transition. So we try to make it fun, but also a day that's just for them. This particular group was treated to poms, band. I think they had cheer, dance perform. So try to build some fun into the first few days as well. Took some pics to highlight that. In addition, and you'll hear this throughout today's presentation, but throughout the whole year, we want our students involved. We want them to have ownership in their buildings. One way you do that is you find and you connect to the things that you're interested in. Some people know what that is right away, but it's a task of our staff, teachers and coaches, to bring that out of students that don't know that. You're walking in the hall, have you ever thought about cross country? Have you considered the cheer team? Obviously, Hillcrest has had a long, traditional, strong history of basketball, so most of those students know where they're at. They've been in camps, they've been part of the youth programs, but there's other clubs for those that maybe don't have that already figured out. So, on the left, we have student council, you got marching band, you got flags. There's a lot of ways to get involved, and the Hillcrest Hawks did a great job of providing an athletic activity fair for our students to start making some of those connections. This was really neat. As you see the kind of transition, and just highlighting in a few slides, students are obviously enjoying it, happy to be in front of the camera. But this was the shirt that Hillcrest gave to all the students. You belong here. Again, taking ownership. We want you, we care about you, we love you, want to be successful. So this is where you belong. That's where we want you to be. Interestingly enough, in our field, you start with them and you start immediately working on when they leave, right? So 4 years goes by in a blink. For any of you that have had high schools, sons or daughters of your own, you know how fast that takes place. Well, they also had the last first day for seniors, highlighting them that you got started and look how fast the time flies, and they were celebrating their last first day. Bremen High School, similar program. Everyone does it a little bit differently, but I think you can tell that the theme and the vibe is take care of your kids, welcome them, make sure that they feel the experience is that we care, we want you here, and we want you to be successful. This is a group of student council students that are prepping for freshman day. They are very helpful and active, that as the students who have that little nervous energy are going through the halls, you look for the red shirt, you look for student council, they'll help you get to your class. And again, it brings down the pressure of that transition, and these student council kids did a great job. Additionally, in the field house, use it for athletic and activity fair. What are you involved in? How many tables can you visit? We want to hook you, we want to get you interested. So we have, they each got a shirt, again, way to welcome them. We have cross country, DECA represented. I believe that's the STEP team represented. So there's a little something for everyone. We like to tell the students, if you don't find something that you're interested in, let us know about it. That's a potential to start something new. Different experiences develop over time. We didn't have e-gaming 15 years ago, we have e-gaming now. We didn't have bass fishing until last year, we have bass fishing now. We did not have girls wrestling, we have girls wrestling. We didn't have girls flag football, we do now. So that's because students come to us and say, have you considered, have you been interested? We'd like to try this. Absolutely. So if there's student interest, we want to support it. It doesn't take a lot. There's coaches and staff that will volunteer. If you get 10 kids that are interested, we whip up a program and get it going. So again, it speaks to the mission get students involved. And if you're really good, I don't know if you caught this, and I'm sorry for the delayed notice here, yeah, you get good in band, for example, and you commit to some of the programs. This is Bremen's band being highlighted this summer. If you didn't catch the news, they got to perform on stage with AJR, pretty popular pop band, and they went around and asked local schools would be interested, and our conductor said, absolutely, we would like to do that. We weren't allowed to do any press prior to the event, hence the delayed notification, but they got to go on stage, family. I had people texting me from all over, you know, your band's out here, and it was a great experience. But to give them a chance to highlight their skills, to be a part of something pretty neat. So you never know what activity, club, athletic event that you participate in might give you, bigger opportunity in the future. Sometimes people turn those into careers. So this was pretty neat. If you search the internet, go on YouTube, check the Facebook and all the social media events, they've got clips on that too. It's pretty neat. Tinley Park welcomed their freshmen as well. Although, like I said, all the schools do a little different wrinkle on that. But this case is our athletic director. What do you think he's talking about? You guessed it, getting involved in athletics and being a part of a program. Again, just highlight their freshman fair, their athletic activity fair. You'll notice that it's the students that are selling the programs. There's, of course, coaches and teachers there as well. But they let the students do the work and ask the questions and answer them. So you got theater, you have, I think it's World Cultural Fair students, you got cheer, you got counselors meeting the first day discussing the courses, what type of pathway they may be on. They do a great job of that. And then Tinley specifically, I actually had the opportunity, thank you for the invite, to start the day there. They had the band playing when all the students came back. They had the band in the front yard playing as people were coming in, both students and buses alike. They had a welcoming crew that was pretty neat. They dressed up, have some fun, handed out a snack as students were walking in, and just a way to build some camaraderie, some culture, some climate, a welcoming atmosphere for everyone. Oak Forest, this is Mrs. Dempsey welcoming the freshmen. Pretty large group there this year, and what was neat for them, their team partnered with the Chick-fil-A team, again using your community resources and building those relationships. And each student staff that walked in that day got a free chicken sandwich on Chick-fil-A. They just took care of us and handed out even a little gift card coupon for them to repeat. So consider that a win-win. Again, that only happens if you're building good relationships, talking to people, wanting to try to create something different for the kids. And some of the admin team there getting ready to do their speech. Once again, a highlight of freshmen, and as you can see then the transition to senior. So on the top, you got some freshmen getting their class of 29 t-shirt, and they're doing some activities to welcome them to the building, something fun, some icebreakers, trying to alleviate that stress. But on that same day, right, the next phase is the seniors. So they have the senior sunrise, which a few of the schools do, and you can see they're just celebrating with their classmates, getting ready to start the year as they transition into what is their last year of high school. So really neat, cool, exciting event. I wanted to give the board and the audience just a snapshot of all the great things that we do to try to welcome the kids in a positive way. And I honestly think that's why just 3 days in, I felt like we were already back in mid-year form. The students settled in, and I think they appreciated the efforts. So thank you to the building teams and all your people for making the first few days of school a great one. And that's all those are our 4 main campuses. We have an alt-ed program that I'm sure you've heard from, and you'll see Ms. Collins here later today. She also welcomes students back. She starts a couple days after us, so they had their institute a few days ago here. Welcome their Delta Academy back. Looks like they're doing some real serious learning there of their own. Either that or they just staged the picture really well. But they were engaged, ready to go, and then just had the chance to welcome back their students. If you can't see the sign that says "Welcome back, Trace, we missed you." So just a real positive, genuine message. And if that smile doesn't say we're happy to have our students back, I don't know what does. Right? So it's pretty cool to get all the students back and to see all the energy and excitement and all the hard work that goes into making sure that we're welcoming our student body and staff back appropriately. Now I show all that positive, good feeling stuff to say we care about our kids. We want to service our kids. That's our only real goal and function, is to try to take care of them the best of our ability. And we do that because we know a lot of the work that we're going to have to do is hard, and it's a challenge, and we're going to push kids, and their expectation to achieve is going to be there. be successful. And I thought I would just take time to highlight, I know the board will get a more robust presentation of this in October when we do some of our snapshots for the goal setting as the teams are all setting goals. But check out some of this because we're really proud of it. And again, I mentioned, I'm happy and honored to be able to speak on behalf of the district, but this takes every stakeholder in our group in order to achieve this. We want our students to pass class. That's an indicator that there's teaching and learning going on. It's not all of the indicators, but it's one of the indicators that we look at. And it also speaks to the volume of service that will go. It's not going to be appropriate for a student who's struggling just to simply fail. They're going to have to enter our system of support, adult tutors, student peer tutors, interventionists, counselor, social worker work, dean work to try to help figure out what that's going on, check on attendance. So we build in so many systems of support that we make it virtually impossible for a student to not have success. And I think that's a really great goal. You'll notice that our schools are tightly clustered. So for someone to not have success, we're going to really put it through it. And we don't want that. So we're always striving for improvement. This has been a work that's taken some time to get to this point, but each of the schools, principals, their teams should be very happy and proud. So should all the teachers. So should all the student services. And so should our students. So should the parents. It takes everyone all working on that same goal to accomplish something like this. Freshman on track is the next indicator that we like to use. So if you're passing your classes, that's a good indicator. If we can capture that freshman year, and I mentioned how big that transition is for students coming from all different feeder schools into now one high school, different expectations, different climates, different cultures. Well, for us, our system is, you're with us now, you're a Hawk, you're a Bengal, we're not gonna let you fail. And if we capture them as freshmen, build that system of support around, we found that that's a key indicator for 4 years down the road how you're gonna do as a student. So you will also again see tightly clustered, students are on track, they're not missing their classes and credits. We're trying to build a real appropriate education for them. So very proud of our freshmen on track numbers, and we'll hopefully continue to maintain and grow. Well, why are we looking at that? What's the ultimate goal? Well, the ultimate goal for us is how do you provide students with as many opportunities as you can? The greatest opportunity for us is a high school diploma that's meaningful. You leave one of our 4 schools, you're gonna take that diploma and it means something. You're gonna apply it to the workforce, you're gonna apply it to college, and after college, you're gonna apply it to the workforce. So for us, we are aggressive in wanting our students to graduate. So those numbers indicate just that. We don't want you to fall through the cracks, and we want this to be as high as it can be every year. If we set it at 100, we want to get as close to that as we can. But you can again see tightly clustered. Teams have worked really hard at this, and it takes a full team effort so that your 4-year graduation rate can be indicative of future success. So very, very proud of these indicators of success. It'll be something that we always monitor for life, as far as I'm concerned, because these are the indicators that show that you're on the right track and you're on the right path. And each school is got a friendly rivalry. They all want to be top on this list, which is great for kids, but we also support and help each other. We share different strategies, we share different techniques in terms of how we're accomplishing this. So if there's a school that's doing something really great, we beg, borrow, and steal that, and we share that. So congrats to the building teams on all those numbers as well. What that has led to, and happy to announce, I know I mentioned it briefly at last week's committee of the whole, that has led to a district graduation rate of over 90%. Now, some researcher out here can really go to work, but I've been here for 20 years, and that's the highest graduation rate that we've had since I've been here. We went back to 1984, it was like 88.9, so somewhere in between there, maybe there was a year or a blip, but this is an indicator that we're definitely doing things and moving in the right direction. Still room for growth, still room for improvement, but when you look at these 3 things and you put all your efforts into your students, I do believe the results are the byproduct of that. So congratulations to the district and to the building teams, to the cabinet, to the board for setting the aggressive metric, and for everyone that's involved in it, teachers, students, support staff, parents. I don't want to steal anyone's thunder, so you're going to see a little highlight of the AP program specifically at Hillcrest. Since they're the whole school, they have a little presentation that they have for you on AP. But if you take a look at the snapshot, and I apologize, I know it's small on the screen, the reality is for our students that are deciding to go to a 2-year, 4-year school, we offer a very robust advanced placement program. You can take advantage of those courses, get a 3-year higher, you enter your freshman year of college with already earned credit. So to give you a highlight of that, everything up there is improved. The amount of kids that take the test, the amount of kids that pass the test, the amount of tests that were 3 or higher, so the percentage of those passed, and everyone's working on it. You can do these types of things when you have those other 3 metrics I mentioned under control. When your kids are passing their class, your freshmen are on track, have a good path, graduate, good things happen. The career guide is just to let everyone know that we're also working on career pathways in every year trying to increase those. This year, ROTC was not offered prior, did not exist. The board supported the program, we built it, put it together, labor of love, but that's just one example. We have welding, we have teaching internship, we have automotive, we're looking into the healthcare field. So as student interests and desires increase, we build out a pathway for that. But our goal is, and make sure you tell everyone this, no matter what your goal is as a student, we support. So it's your pathway, and then we figure out a way to get you there. So we support students that are going to 4-year, we have a program for you. We support students that are going directly to the workforce, we have a program for you. And we'll tailor your schedule, your courses, your experience based on your own personal individual needs. And that's, I think, a good goal. Have a great school year. That is, if that doesn't scream future superintendent, I don't know what does. That is a real picture of me, no AI there, but I'm really excited about the school year. I absolutely, I like about a week of summer, and then after that, I'm just back to business. So I'm happy in where I'm supposed to be. So happy to stick around and answer any questions if you have afterward, but just wanted to highlight the great things that is going on in the building to prep our students, and also the hard work that goes in throughout the school year so that our students can leave on a path for success. Thank you.
Does the superintendent's cabinet have presentations? I don't know if I should move or not.
They do, you can,
Okay.
well, let's see. You can hang there though, because it's gonna be, cabinets might not, but the principals will.
All right,
Yeah.
superintendent's cabinet, let's do it.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Wrestler. Board members, tonight I just have bullet points because it is day 3 and we're just getting started with some programs. So just to let you know some things that we are working on. First off, I always love the summertime as I'm working on updates to different programs, and I'm working, for example, I'm working in School Links. Since July 1st, we had 425 students go into School Links and just tinker around and create their, find their path and do some career searches and college searches. Since then, 156 college applications have already been submitted, which is really cool. We have a new college and career ready indicator tracker within School Links that we launched to our teaching and learning teams and student services. So now we're gonna be able to better identify and track and work with students who want to earn the challenge curriculum. We are in the process of enrolling Math 1 students into our fall GROW program at each campus. Subject.com was launched to all of our alternative education programs in our digital learning centers this week. We're already receiving positive feedback that students like the program. And lastly, for me, the Illinois State Board of Education has approved the implementation of new proficiency benchmarks for ELA, math, and science. Next month, I'll give you an overview of these changes as we prepare for the publication of the 2025 report card. That's it for me.
Thank you, Board. For my cabinet report tonight, going along with the team theme, talking about our partners that we have that are outside of our district that we rely on to provide service in a couple different areas. The first I wanted to mention was Prudential Security. This is our 5th year with them, and they've been a great partner of ours. Many of their staff are returning this year, and we are fully staffed to begin the school year. They serve a vital role of manning some key jobs at our front entrances. They help provide manpower for our daily arrival with our weapons detectors, and generally help maintain the culture that our buildings are striving for in our hallways. Our second partner I want to highlight is Illinois School Bus. We've had a great start to the year. The communication has been cleaned up. We've reworked how we exchange information between the district and the bus company, and we publish that information directly to families to alleviate anxiety and communication gaps. There's still hiccups as always, but through day 3 we are looking great. We have individual student one-off things, but we're working through those, and those are pretty much taken care of by the end of day 3, which is much quicker than it has been in previous years. So we're having a great experience for our families. Next at EXO, this year we started off becoming aware aware of a processing fee issue that we've already worked through, and we're gonna be, reaching out to our families over the next couple days. We've been able to reduce that fee significantly by 65% that our families will hear about once we get just a little bit more information from them. But yeah, I wanna also highlight with Sodexo, we've expanded our opportunities for our fee waive students, for what they are able to, we're able to provide to them for lunch. And we've reached out to their families to encourage them to take advantage of the meals that Sodexo provides, and they're provided at no cost to the student or to the district. But we wanna be able to provide nutritious meals to every student so that no student, is hungry during class. I wanna focus, next on MindSight, which is our primary technology partner. MindSight's been working with our district for about 20 years, and they serve an important role in managing and monitoring our network and servers over the past few years. As a result of this, our backup strategy allows for business continuity in a way, if something should occur, we can resume service quickly. So we have more secure backups than we've had before. We have our network and server environment is patched and kept up to date more frequently than it has been in the past, keeping us secure, and provides 24/7 monitoring, which allows us to see issues both as soon as they happen, rather than waiting for school to start and someone reporting it to us. And last, with safety and security, at our opening day admin institute, we walked as an administrative team through the framework of what a reunification plan will look like, and put together a playbook that does not rely on cell phones and hotspots on site, so we can deploy a plan and execute reunification if we should need to do it in the future. We plan to never have to do this. We never want to have to implement this plan, but should it happen, we're prepared to implement this plan and take care of parents, students, and our staff in whatever scenario should come forward. While we, again, never hope to do this, it's important that we're prepared in case the need should arise. Over the last several days, since last Wednesday, our technology team has served 421 tickets from our staff, looking for support in various ways of software, hardware, projectors, computers, and everything from A to Z. So we've had a busy start to the year, but things are starting off great.
Good evening, board. This will be the August facilities report. We'll start here at Hillcrest. The new switchgear and generator have been installed. The new generator will be able to energize the entire school building with the exception of the field house. So the school will now be able to remain in operation during an outage. The renovation of the science lab room 132 was completed. There are new cabinets, furniture, flooring, and lighting to better serve the needs of our teachers and students in that room. Hillcrest now also has new bleachers that were installed and are ADA compliant in the main gym. They were installed on the main floor and also the old balconies. Along with this project was the refinishing of wood floors to give the space a fresh new look. Oak Forest also had new bleachers installed in their main gym, so that makes all 4 of our schools now with new bleachers in their competition gyms, and being able to have our spectators enjoy seating, ADA compliancy, and all the things that come with it. New press box installation went smoothly. We were approved for occupancy last week, so it's ready to go for the fall sports session. And finally, at Oak Forest, there was a renovation of the teacher's lounge, the cafeteria, that also involved the concession stand for our indoor sports and events. The renovation is complete with the exception of a roll-up window that was delayed due to manufacturing, but should be installed in the next couple of weeks. Our in-house maintenance team is able to come up with a temporary solution, though, so concessions will be able to run until we get that roll-up window installed. Tinley Park, or actually both Oak Forest and Tinley Park, had their tennis courts resurfaced to repair the issues with the playing surface. All cracks were properly repaired and all the courts were painted and restriped to make them look like new. And also at Tinley, they had a new walk-in cooler and freezer installed, so the kitchen staff doesn't have to deal with the old ones that didn't function properly, and the old walk-ins will be used for dry storage. Bremen received I put second, I actually believe it's the 3rd round of free LED light panels. This time we were able to get more than 300 of these panels, and they will be installed throughout classroom spaces to brighten things up and continue on our path to become more energy efficient. And finally, I just wanted to publicly thank our maintenance and custodial teams at the buildings for working diligently to get the schools ready for another year. They put in a lot of effort to these short summers to make the school shine, and I can say that they hit it out of the park once again. The buildings all look great for our students and staff.
Good evening, board. I'm pleased to present the August 2025 Special Education Cabinet Report. As the Director of Special Education, I direct and oversee the district's performance on 18 indicators of the Illinois State Board of Education State Performance Plan for Special Education. We our results for Indicator 8, which measures the percentage of parents with a child receiving special education services who report that the school facilitated parental involvement as a means of improving services and results for children with disabilities. Parents rated the district on 25 items relating to parent involvement with the school and school district on a Likert scale of 1 to 6, 1 being that they very strongly disagree, and 6 being that they very strongly agree. I'm proud to say that District 228 received a score of 4 or more on 81.25% of the items. We received perfect scores on questions like, I am considered an equal partner with teachers and other professionals in planning my child's IEP. Teachers are available to speak with me. The school regularly communicates with me regarding my students' progress and IEP goals. And teachers and administrators respect my cultural heritage. The state average for Indicator 8 was 68.2%, so we definitely outpaced them by a good margin. There were some areas that identified we could improve on as a district, like offering childcare to parents so that they could participate in IEP meetings, and offering training on special education issues. So my administrative team and I will certainly brainstorm on how we can better support parents during the special education process. We're also in the midst of Indicator 14 data collection with the state. Indicator 14 measures post-secondary outcomes for students who had an IEP in effect during high school. The goal is to gather information on how well the school district prepared students to be enrolled in higher education or to be competitively employed after high school. The data collection for this indicator closes on August 30th, so I should have data to report to you on that sometime this fall. Finally, I just want to quickly and briefly highlight someone you should know. You'll never probably meet her, but a name you should know is my assistant, Kristen Bennett. She truly helps make sure that the school year starts positively for our parents of students with disabilities. She plans all of the transportation with multiple vendors, fields 1,000,001 phone calls, and does it all with a very pleasant demeanor and a supportive attitude. So if you're ever in the office, please stop by, see her, say hello. She's wonderful.
Just a few updates from the finance department. We are getting prepared for the budget to be finalized and presented to the board at next month's meeting. So that is, I know everyone's favorite meeting of the year and by far the most exciting. So I know the countdown is on. We did have auditors in the office last week. It went very well. They were very impressed with our Skyward switch and how easily they were able to log into our system and get all the data that they needed and pull all of the journal entries and general ledgers and things like that. We are working on getting our wellness program events scheduled for the year. Last year, we did several food truck events. We had dietitians available, nutritionists, things like that. So we're just working on getting that scheduled together for this coming year as well. We are looking forward to our first full year being fully integrated in Skyward. The 10-month staff first pay will be this Friday. So the summer was a lot of just making sure that everyone was set up correctly, and then we were ready to go for that first payroll. And then tonight I did send out a newsletter to staff just on Skyward updates, having directions and screenshots available for people to follow. So looking forward to having that first full year completed, and hopefully everything runs smoothly with no issues, and we're able to support everyone along the way.
Good evening, everyone. As you can imagine, very busy time personnel-wise, beginning of the school year. I have to also acknowledge my executive assistant, Susan Malinsky. She's been fantastic, helping out the new guy, and rushing and making sure that we've got everyone ready to go for our students. With all the different paperwork and compliance that we need to do to make sure that we have the right people working with our students. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that go on, and she's been fantastic. In terms of job openings, we're fully staffed with certified staff. We have a few lingering positions, and I know I've reported to you guys about trying Indeed. It's had some positive results. We had, for our parapro position, we had 132 total applicants, which is a pretty big number. Also made some use of some Facebook pages. One position, an opening at Oak Forest, we actually had to close the position because there were so many applicants. There were 270 applicants for the position. So, some of the extra efforts that we're making to, again, get the right people to work in District 228 are paying some dividends. And then lastly, I've met with the assistant principals of student services. We actually have another meeting tomorrow afternoon. We're coordinating, Dr. Williams' office and I are sort of coordinating with student services and teaching and learning on some goal setting and making sure that everyone's on the page for our college and career readiness indicators. So we'll be working on that in the upcoming months as well.
All right. Go on to the principal reports.
President Russell, she was, yes, me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
It's okay.
didn't realize. Go ahead.
Good evening, board. Forgive me, my voice is going away, so I can't really talk very loud. Because I can't talk very loud, I'm very excited to show you this awesome back to school video where you can see our superintendent and all of our principals welcoming everybody back to school. So.
Hello, Bremen High School District 228. I'm Dr. Brad Sikora, your proud superintendent, and I want to welcome everyone back to what we know will be another incredible school year.
At Bremen High School, we're excited to see our new and returning Braves grow academically, socially, and emotionally. This year, we're focused on empowering every student to rise to their full potential.
At Tinley Park High School, we're raising the bar through innovation, academic excellence, and care. We take pride in our spirited family-like atmosphere where every student feels seen, supported, and inspired to succeed. Go Titans!
Here at Hillcrest, we're building a culture of excellence and belonging. Whether you're a freshman just starting out or a senior preparing for graduation, we're here to support our Hawks every step of the way.
At Oak Forest High School, we value the power of purpose and belonging. This year, we're committed to helping every Bengal discover their passions and make lasting connections.
Together, we are stronger. Together, we are Bremen District 228. Let's make this the best year yet.
Anybody else from the cabinet?
No.
All right, moving on. Thank you so much for that. 4.3, our principal's reports.
Good evening, board. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Erin Collins from Delta Academy. This year, we are excited to have our students back, so it is our second day in session with students, and I am happy to report that we had a 70% attendance rate for our students that were registered so far. I'm sorry, for all of our students, including those who are non-registered. And if you are looking at our students who are registered, we are at an 81.25% attendance rate. That is our largest attendance rate for our back to school that we've had yet since we began in 2018. So we're very excited for that. Thank you to many of you who are sitting at this table. Because of you and all of your background help, like you guys were saying, we were able to get up and running as smoothly as possible. The buses have been fantastic. A couple of new additions Dr. Boswell kind of mentioned. Sodexo has also expanded to working with us this year to offer students food, and I will tell you that we are 2 days in. We have barely any leftovers, and the students and staff have said how much they are appreciative of seeing more robust and healthier options for the students. No more mystery meats. So thank you so much. I know that you put a lot of work into that, Jim, so thank you. This year we are welcoming Carolyn McGuire as a new English teacher who is replacing Darcy Walker. Best of luck to you at your Hawks position this year. Carolyn McGuire comes to us from Andrew High School, and you need to come over and meet her. She is the most positive, bubbly person I think I've ever met. We also have expanded and we've brought Lynn Fitzgerald over, who is working with us in our TEP program, and have expanded by offering one more security guard, Officer Gill. So now I have Officer Hill and Officer Gill working at our program to make sure that our students and staff are taken care of and are safe. Like I said, first 2 days, we're only 2 days in, it's been fantastic. I'm so excited for a wonderful year. And just to give you a couple of quotes from some of our students as they were leaving today, some of our new students, I feel good being at Delta, the hallways are relaxing, and I feel good about being here, I am confident. Without Delta, I know I would not have had the opportunity to graduate on time. I know that I am now in the right place. Delta and all the staff have been helpful in helping me reach my goal, and I was happy to return one of our students from last school year. Another student from last school year, smooth, good, great, I love this school, except that it is really cold, really, Mrs. Collins, it is really cold. And finally, our last new student said that I like that there are not many distractions here at Delta, and the fact that I can get my work done feels motivating. So I will be happy to report at every board meeting of all of the updates that we have going forward. But until then, thank you and have a great school year.
Good evening from the Bremen Braves. Just to touch back, I know you guys were at our place recently and we highlighted some of our summer projects. The swings that I just hopped off of in that video have been probably more popular than I even anticipated. If you come into our hallways during passing periods, our administrators are kind of positioned throughout the building. And our retiree this year, Mr. Sterling, has a new post right now while the weather is nice, because we sometimes have to shoo kids off of the swings during passing periods because the kids are just excited for that new upgraded space. Dr. Skor stole a little bit of my thunder in his presentation. The first thing I wanted to touch on is a big thank you to Ben Salgado, our maestro, who took advantage of the opportunity to have our band perform with AJR. The time and effort that Ben puts into seizing these opportunities for our kids is really incredible. This is something that started back in spring. Late one night we had a text message and it was like, we need a response right now, you gotta be the first, and you had to get his name on the list. And we said, absolutely, let's do it. And he put in extra time, extra effort, and what an incredible opportunity that our students had. I mean, memories that will last with them for a lifetime. So thank you to Ben Salgado, who goes above and beyond always to make these opportunities happen for our students. Our administrative team held our first back-to-school open house. I know we kind of piggybacked off of an idea that Jane did at Oak Forest the last couple of years, where we just opened our building simply. It was Institute Day, so we were there already with our teachers all day. We opened the building because we know that while we have a freshman day, we have upperclassmen, 10th through 12th graders that still have a little of that nervousness and anxiety about coming back and maybe not knowing where their classes are. We had a great turnout. We had a lot of families. It was nice. We had a lot of compliments from the parents that felt better about being able to come in and walk the building and go through the schedule. A lot of freshmen trying to open their lockers, so they were able to get some of those back-to-school jitters out on Wednesday night last week. So that was really great, and we're going to keep that in place moving forward. Our athletics and activities are in full swing. We are excited to announce that our back-to-school bash is going to return this Friday. It's a really fun event that happens right after school on Friday. It's the same night as our red and gray football scrimmage night. I shouldn't say football, athletic scrimmage night, because what once was just a football scrimmage now has expanded to every single one of our fall sports, performing some sort of scrimmage event parent night that evening. So from 3 to 5:30, our kids will be able to enjoy food trucks, an activity fair, some inflatable corn maze and obstacle courses, lots of fun things outside, and then that will transition right into our scrimmage night. So if you're looking for something to do on Friday, Bremen will be a happening place to be. Next week we are hosting our first AP kickoff assembly. Again, we kind of have been touching on the success of our students, our AP scholars, if you will. And this year we decided we really want to highlight their success and also motivate our new AP students that are maybe taking an AP class for the first time. So next week, all of our AP students, every student that's registered for an AP class this year is going to attend kind of a kickoff assembly. We're going to create a little excitement, talk about some nuts and bolts about registering for the exam and things like that, but also highlight the success of our students that got 3s, 4s, and 5s with some little rewards and incentives for them as well. Lastly, this is a big exciting thing for one of our very own members of the board. We, every year at our homecoming, induct a new member of our Alumni Hall of Fame, and I am pleased to announce that our very own TJ Whitcomb from the class of 2007 was nominated and selected to be inducted into this year's Alumni Hall of Fame. So we'll share more information. I know Tiffany will put into the board packet all of our events for homecoming. He will be recognized at our pep assembly and our football game, and he will be invited to come in and speak to some of our classes. So a great celebration for TJ is on the horizon. Thank you.
was Innovation Ignites, and so we certainly pulled that through our initiatives in literacy and engagement, and really talked during opening day about how we can use a lot of innovative tools, including AI, to improve and enhance our practice around both literacy and engagement in the classroom. So opening days and institutes got everybody excited about what our goals are for the school year. We wrapped up the summer with, there were a couple pictures up there about our Freshman Fresh Start program. We had 227 students attend that program. So well over 2/3 of our students came and spent the day with us over the summer. We had 38 of our upperclassmen who are varsity club students volunteer their time over 3 different weeks and come and work with the freshmen, doing different activities, learning all about what Oak Forest has to offer. We cover topics like time management for them, also stress management, and leadership topics for those incoming freshmen. So that was before the school year started, and then we also did, just last Tuesday, it seems like a long time ago, but just last Tuesday had our open house night. We had a great turnout again, a chance to walk the building, have their questions answered. I know our students really appreciate that, and our families as well. It's hard sending those freshmen off to high school, and it's just really nice to be able to feel a little bit more secure, like where their bus stop is and what the halls look like as they're sending their students off the next day. We opened our sports season up, of course, and at the first competition of the year, we had 2 women's golfers medal at the Midlothian Country Club last Saturday. Seela Mabe, a senior, and Kelsey McGrath, a freshman, both took home medals, so congratulations to them. A couple upcoming events. September 2nd through 5th, our social workers host a Start With Hello Week. This is an initiative that comes through the Sandy Hook Promise Foundation, and it's a way, the purpose of it is to combat social isolation and promote inclusivity. So that's a week full of, similar to a Spirit Week for homecoming, but it's really focused on just the premise of saying hello, getting to know people, stretching your social circle, and just being inclusive in the kids that you surround yourself with. So that's September 2nd through 5th. Then on September 6th, we're going to do our 2nd annual beautification day at Oak Forest. Give our students a chance to come on out and clean up the campus, really take some ownership and that sense of belonging, that this is your home and this is where you probably spend more waking time than you do in your own home for the next few years. And so we'll continue with that beautification day, plant some flowers, excuse me, plant some flowers around, maybe we can pull some weeds out in our little prairie area also, which is getting rave reviews from our community as well. And then believe it or not, the next time we're here in 1 month, we're actually going to be in the midst of homecoming week. So the week of September 15th, we'll have homecoming week underway. So welcome back and thanks so much. And now Tinley.
Good evening from the Titans. Although Dr. Sikora nicely summed up our very spirited welcome back to Tinley Park High School, I have to tell you it's always one of my favorite days. What other job do you have where you plan for this spirited celebratory opening, and then you go through the year and you also plan a spirited celebratory closing, and then you get to do it all over again. We planned activities for our freshmen as well. We had almost 2/3 of our freshman class come to our freshman enrichment days over the summer. Included everything from organizational conversations to science experiments to walking the building to just what to expect as being a freshman at Tinley Park High School. They were shooting off rockets in front of my office. I got a little nervous at one point in time, but they looked like they were having a great time. That led into, obviously, our freshman-only day, which then led into our first day back. And I really give credit to our teachers. Our teachers wanted to make it special for our kids to come back. And special may include a little bit of silliness as well, as they're in their blow-up costumes and things like that. But the band was out in front playing. My mother still lives in my childhood house, which is about 1.5 miles away, and I got a text message at 7:30 in the morning saying, "Is your band playing this morning?" Because I was out watering the flowers and I heard them playing. And you know what, so I think we woke up the neighborhood and let everybody know that it's time to come back to school. And I'm okay with that because it set the stage for really a great start to our school year. We introduced our brand new Timmy the Titan mascot outfit. If you haven't seen him, please check out the social media pages. Again, a shout out to Cassie Gaines, who's just amazing and continues to capture these really cool moments that are happening within these first couple of days. But our new Timmy the Titan mascot is towering and huge and awesome, and I hope you get to come meet him in person. Fall sports, like the other principals had said, are up and running. I can't believe it. Our homecoming is a little bit later, October 3rd and 4th, but there definitely is that air of excitement with our first scrimmage game coming up on this Friday. Our first parent meeting is already scheduled for September 3rd, and we like to get a parent meeting nice and early to meet and greet, and it's really a little bit, although we have a presentation, it's definitely a little bit more informal for a meet and greet so that parents know that they know somebody to come to if they have questions, and we can always direct them to where they need to go. We're an advocate for their kids and want to make sure they get the supports that Dr. Sikora talked about in his presentation, that we're not just going to let them slip through the cracks. We're going to make sure that they have to slip, we pick them back up, slip again, we're going to pick them back up, and we're going to keep throwing every program and intervention at them that we can. Our focus this year is our reading. With the increase of use of technology, we get a little bit nervous that our kids are slipping a little bit when it comes to actually what their reading skills are. Every Titan student tomorrow will take a reading assessment test, and we're going to use those scores to determine appropriate interventions for our kids and make sure that we get them reading at or above grade level while they spend their time with us at Tinley Park High School. More to report on that as the year goes on. But all of the spirited welcome, all of the videos, all of the new Timmy the Titan mascot, everything that we do is centered around kind of, if you come to Tinley Park High School, you're going to see these little logos popping up all over the place, and it just says be here. And thank you to Mr. Boswell for helping me with the use of AI to create our logo. It's just be here. We want our kids to be here. It's not about talking about necessarily why attendance is important and how many number of days and things like that. It's just quick and matter of fact. It's the message that we're giving to parents. It's the message that we're giving to students. Be here. We want you to be here. We want you to be here. We want you to want to be here. And so you'll see that kind of starting to unfold in the halls of Tinley Park High School. Finally, and this is kind of exciting, and it's kind of on the heels of Dr. Rosinski, the Tinley Park High School Marching Band has been invited to play at the Jonas Brothers concert on Tuesday, the 26th. We've been FaceTiming with their production crew, which is actually over the pond, and we have been making arrangements. The kids are greatly excited, the adults are excited. I just got word that working again, you guys know that I work with the Chamber of Commerce, that a friend of mine through the Chamber of Commerce is setting us up with some tickets for some of the teachers that want to go. The Jonas Brothers production crew is actually giving tickets to our students to attend the concert after they get done playing. It's really just, it's a lot of excitement, yet a lot of stress for our brand new band instructor. So if I have any, closet Jonas fans here, Jonas Brothers fans here, let me know. Let me know, because I'd be happy to make arrangements for you guys to join us. There you go. And that's it for the home of the Titans.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Hillcrest High School. We are in our full go in our first full week here, and the vibe in the building's great. The kids are having a great time. They're showing up, ready to roll for the year. Not to mention the building itself looks fantastic, so thank you for everyone who has a hand in that. On your way out, if you can take a look into the main gym and check out the new flooring and the new bleachers, it looks fantastic in there. I'm going to yield a lot of my time here to Mrs. DeForty and Dr. Caney, because they're going to tell you about some great things that are going on here at Hillcrest with our AP program. So, Mrs. DeForty, Dr. Caney, come on up.
Accelerate Hillcrest Advanced Placement Data. So we're gonna take you through the 5-year trends, both in participation and our scores, our performance. We're gonna highlight some of the subjects that have really excelled and finished at the top this past May. And we're going to recognize our teachers for their hard work, effort, dedication, passion, and helping our students to reach this new level of success. And we'll quickly take you through what you're gonna see this year and our next steps.
Okay, so one of the things that we worked on a couple of years ago is trying to increase the exam participation with our students. And you can see this graph right here. The bottom is the number of students that have been taking exams from 2021 to 2025. And you can see that it's, you know, trended up, and we did a really nice spike a couple years ago, and I'll explain how that happened. And then the actual number of exams that students are taking has increased even more significantly than that. And I'll go through the next, there's just one more slide for me. And so in 2021, this is the year after COVID, right? It was like that kind of that COVID year. We only had 54 students, so that was actually a drop in what we were used to. And it took a couple years to get back up to about the 100 students or so that we were getting, okay? And you can see in 2023, we kind of got a little bit more back to normal, 123 students, 182 exams. And if you look at that, with 182 exams, we only had 16 students that got a passing score, and 27 exams total, so 15% of our exams. And you can kind of see that trend was there for those 4 years of 20%, which is probably about the best score until this year that we had, until I know it was the best score because I looked it up, since 2015, 20% was the highest pass rate we had until this year. But you can see in 2023, from 2024, 174 students took exams, and they took 290 exams, so it was a big increase. And the reason we were able to do that is because in 2023, we were talking about the number of students that would only take one exam when they were in 2 or 3 classes, or they wouldn't take the exam at all. And we realized a big part of that is our students were struggling with AP exam fees. And so we worked with Dr. Williams to leverage our title funds to ensure that the fees for the exams is not an obstacle for any of our students to take the exams. And that's why we were able to increase that so much. And the thing is, our population from 2023 to 2024 dropped by about 100 students. And that same thing happened from 24 to 25. It looks like it's gonna level off this year if we get all the students we're expecting. But in real numbers, even though those numbers increased, from school year 23 to school year 24, we actually had, in real numbers, 41% increase in students and a 59% increase in tests. But if you actually adjust that for the little bit of population decrease we had, then it's actually an increase of about 53% of the students and 73% in exams, is what we would expect. And then the same thing happened from 24 to 25. You can see those numbers went down a little bit. We went from 174 students to 159. But if we adjust for our population decrease, we would have expected 158 students last year, and we had 159, so we didn't really go down. And we actually had, if we adjust that, there's a little bit of a decrease in the number of tests, but we actually have a 7% increase if we adjust again for the population. So we're still moving forward. Not only did we maintain the number of students, but the students are taking a little bit more, so they're actually taking more AP classes as well. And one of the things we're really proud of is that, you know, between 15 and 20% over the last 4 years, we had a 30% pass rate for AP. So we increased from our best year 50% on the pass rate. And we had the most students in the 15 years that I've been, I went back 15 years, the 15 years that I've been in this position, we've never had more than about 55 students pass an exam. So we went up to 86 exams that were passed, and by 57 students. So we're happy with that result, that we're moving the bar up. We hope that we're gonna continue that, and I'm gonna let Mr. Forty talk a little bit about the highlights of some of his teachers.
All right, so at this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Kenya Young, Mrs. Lauren Osborne, and Mrs. Kimiko Broom up here with us. So these are our top students, we'll say. They're our top teachers. But they all have something remarkable in common that I think you're gonna probably figure out without me telling you what it is. So let's start off with Mrs. Young. Mrs. Young teaches AP African American Studies, and 65% of her students scored a 3 or more this year. This is the first year that we've ever offered AP African American Studies, making it the first time that she's ever taught the course, which is pretty incredible. Mrs. Lauren Osborne teaches AP Pre-Calculus. 68% of her students passed with a 3 or more. And also, this is the first time we've ever had AP Pre-Calculus, and therefore the first time that she has taught the class. And last but not least, Mrs. Broom teaches English Language and Composition. 65% of her students scored a 3 or higher. Last year was her first year teaching it. 16.67% of her students scored a 3 or higher. This year, she increased by 291%. Sometimes it just takes somebody to believe in you, and these are the teachers that believe in our students and show them that anything is possible. These are the teachers that go to Panera on the weekend and buy them breakfast so that they show up for a little extra studying, and they feed them breakfast the day of. They can make it for them. They go above and beyond. So I'm very proud of our students, but we have excellent teachers, and I just wanted to make sure we took the time today, congratulate them, and recognize them for their hard work, dedication, and effort. Thank you all. So our next steps, obviously, we're gonna use our experts. We're gonna find out what it is that they're doing, and just like we do in our district, we're gonna share and support and collaborate to make sure that we're spreading whatever it is that they're doing, the magical wand that they have, we're gonna share with the rest of our teachers that are in need. And you can, I think, expect to see our momentum continue. I know that our students are gonna continue to rise because I think we have the correct people in the correct positions. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you very much.
Our next agenda item is item 4.4, our FOIA request.
Thank you, Mrs. Dressler. Board, since the last regular board meeting, we had received the following Freedom of Information Act requests. Lisa King from Prosper 24 Inc. requested total budget allocated for student transportation for the 24-25 and, if available, 25-26 fiscal year, and a list of all transportation vendors contracted by the district. This request has been completed. Justin Wenig, Starbridge Data, a report reflecting all transactions from January 1st, 2022 to present date, including but not limited to purchase date, vendor name, description of goods and services purchased, line item quantity, line item price and amount. If vendor names are coded in the file, provide the vendor list with corresponding codes. This request has been completed. And finally, CT Mills requested a list of summary of all current contracts your district has on file, specifically requesting the following details for each contract: name of the vendor or contracted party, total contract amount, and the start and end dates of the contract. This request has been completed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any board member reports?
I just want to say that over the past year, sitting here and every time we come specifically to Hillcrest and just seeing how the numbers keep rising, the performance keeps improving, we've really turned the corner, and we're fast getting to the point that I wanted to see, where you you look at the numbers on a sheet, you're not going to be able to tell which school of the district it comes from, and that's something everyone really needs to be proud of. Thank you.
I also would like to applaud the administration, staff, teachers, students, and parents for the graduation rate. That is historic. It's amazing. I couldn't be more proud of everyone here in the district, and really just want to give you guys a round of applause. Any other board member reports? All right, I actually would like to come back to public comments, if that's okay. We do have a public comment, and I want to make sure that it's heard. We can go back to 3.1.
Philip Richardson.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, family?
Thank you for your patience.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. First time at this type of board meeting. Hey, board, how y'all doing? Hope y'all feeling well. I'm Philip Richardson, aka Uncle Phil, as the kids call me. I am a Hawk 2017. You know, one of the best classes ever. You know, just putting it out there. I'm here today just to kind of promote. I've been basically working with Hillcrest for the past like 2 or 3 years, having students basically work in my company in almost like an internship program, but that wasn't really formalized, so I guess I'm trying to figure out who do I need to talk to in order to kind of formalize that process. We worked on the Hawks buses, we've cleaned the Hawks vans, we have cleaned teachers' cars, teacher appreciation cards, we've been a part of that. It's been a great fanfare. We worked with the dance team actually. We'll be out there in the U on the 23rd from 9 to 2. So if anybody wants to come with Coach White, so if anybody wants to come out, donate, get your car washed, make sure it's good, nice and clean. But we'll be there for that. So I guess then my second point is just, I see there's a need. I did it 1 year. I had 1 or 2 kids that like, Phil, can we work, like, and go to school? I'm like, yeah. Second year, it went from 2, then it went from 5, and then I got 10 kids calling me. So now I'm like, okay, can we develop an entrepreneurship workshop that I've developed over time to kind of give the kids just another opportunity, another route post high school, right? Are they gonna go to college? Are they gonna start their entrepreneurship? So that's a workshop I wanna see, like, can I, you know, kind of bring to the district and be able to give kids another avenue to be able to, you know, be successful. You know, I've done it, I don't see why they can't do it. And then my third point was for, you know, it's back to school month, basically. Something the company is doing is to make it easy. I've been to Hillcrest already, but to the other schools, principals, Oak Forest, Tinley, what I'm gonna do, what our team is gonna do, we're gonna give 3 details to any 3 staff members you wanna do. I know we got a rock star building team over here, so if y'all wanna do the janitor, custodian, whoever, whatever 3 people, we're gonna take care of their cars in and out. That's cool. That's worth clapping for. That's worth clapping for. Yeah, that's related. Yo, that's cool. That's just a gift from the company to us. I'm gonna use the same kids that basically intern with me over the summer. I have 5 right now. So I guess that's my question to the board. Who would I need to talk to kind of further that?
Appreciate you reaching out. We'll get to you directly. I'll have someone from the team reach out and get you to the right people.
Okay, I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you, board.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it.
All right, going back to our agenda, new business, Dr. Morrison, item 5.1.
Item 5.1 is bills, addendum to bills, payroll, and CDS bills. These items are being recommended for full board approval.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Whitcomb, second by Mr. Patterson. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason? Aye. Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Ms. Solis?
Aye.
Mrs. Ressler?
Aye. Item 5.2.
Item 5.2 is the fiscal year 2026 rates of pay. This item is being recommended for full board approval.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Ms. Gleason, second by Ms. Lot. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Gleason? Aye. Ms. Lot? Aye. Mrs. List? Aye. Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Ms. Solis?
Aye.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ressler?
Aye. Personnel recommendations, Mr. Towner.
Okay, under retirement, Ellen Ordinella. Under resignation, Gabriel Medina. Lauren Dietrich, Dory Elmore, Brian Jason, Bina Lingbacia, Araceli Martinez, Ashley Homer, Jacob Lugo, and Tanya Williams. Paternity leave, Derek Hitt. Leave of absence, Robert Nalen. Underemployment, Carolyn Mayer, Alex Hollowa, Thomas Falvey, Nancy Newman, Terry Stevens, Sue Bednarski, Mary Bohennick, Beth Conlin, Christina Cable, Kelly Hune, Joseph Monahan, Roberto Sarli, Nick Talon, Michael Hoyos, Deborah Jennings, Rosie Nolan, Maria Sansone, Miguel Ramos, Musa Joda, Jameson Klotz, Vanessa Nelson, Lori Wonder, Gabriella Acero, Tim Moriarty, Matthew Erner, Janet Nielsen, Wissam Mejamia, Brittany Jackson, Lakita Smith, Jeffrey Gerber, Madeline Schultz, Sharice Atkins, and Tim Kristen. Change in position, Denicia Martinez, Chris Delgado, Isaiah Aguar. Those items are being recommended to the full board for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Whitcomb, second by Ms. Gleason. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Ms. Solis?
Aye.
Mrs. Wrestler?
Aye. Our announcements are as follows. Our next committee of the whole meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 9th, 6:45 p.m. at Oak Forest High School, and our next regular board meeting is Tuesday, September 16th, 7 p.m. at Oak Forest High School. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Whitcomb, second by Ms. Gleason. All those in favor?
Aye.